You've stood in those long, winding queues at Tirumala. You've heard that it is the richest temple in the world. But have you ever paused to ask yourself, why? Today I am sharing that sacred story, a divine saga which links a cosmic separation to your own prayers and promises. And stay with me till the end, because there is a truth hidden in this story, a cosmic loan that will leave you in awe. Before we begin, hit subscribe because what you are about to hear comes straight from the Varaha Purana and the Bhavishwatara Purana, as this is not mythology. For many, this is living truth. The story begins in the most unexpected place, not on earth, not even in our universe, but in Vaikunta, the eternal realm where Lord Vishnu rests with Goddess Lakshmi, a realm beyond time, a place of perfect harmony. Until one day, everything changed, and it all began with a simple test, a test that would separate the divine couple and alter the destiny of humanity forever. Who could have imagined that a sage's anger would lead to the formation of world's richest temple? The real shock comes when you discover what the sage did to God himself. Imagine. Sage Brigu, one of the seven great sages, was given an important task by the Devtas to determine who among the Trinity was the greatest, Lord Brahma, Vishnu, or Shiva. His first stop was Brahmaloka. Lord Brahma was deeply immersed in creation and failed to notice the sage's arrival. Feeling insulted, Brigu cursed him. You shall have no independent temples on earth. Next, Mount Kailash. Lord Shiva was in deep meditation with Parvati and did not respond. Enraged, Brigu declared, you shall be worshipped only as the lingam, never in human form. Finally, Vaikunda. Lord Vishnu lay peacefully on Adishesha, while Goddess Lakshmi gently massaged his feet, the very image of divine harmony. And then Brigu did something that shook the cosmos. He kicked Lord Vishnu on his chest, the sacred place where Goddess Lakshmi eternally resides. But instead of anger, Lord Vishnu immediately rose with a gentle smile and said, "O great sage, I hope your foot was not hurt by striking my chest." As Vishnu lovingly pressed Brigu's foot and the sage's ego dissolved, Brigu was overwhelmed with Vishnu's infinite patience and compassion as he proved he was the greatest of the Trinity. But someone else was watching, someone whose heart was breaking. Goddess Lakshmi. To her, it was betrayal. How could you allow someone to strike the very place where I reside? If you can tolerate such disrespect to my dwelling, perhaps you no longer value my presence. And what followed would echo across the universe forever. Goddess Lakshmi left Vaikunta without a word, without goodbye. The goddess of prosperity vanished from the divine realm and descended to earth, reaching the region of Kolhapur, carrying the pain of feeling unprotected by her beloved. And Vishnu, the Lord who sustains the universe, could not sustain his own peace without her. For the first time, Vishnu experienced separation, the same pain every human heart knows. So he too left Vaikuntha. The preserver of creation abandoned his cosmic duties and came to earth searching for his beloved. He arrived at Venkatadri, today's Tirumala. But not as the Vishnu. He came disguised as a humble ascetic named Srinivasa. He began an intense penance beneath an anthill on Venkatadri. Years and years without food, without movement, calling out across the cosmos for Lakshmi's forgiveness. Realizing the crisis, Brahma and Shiva knew the universe could not survive if Vishnu remained in penance. So they chose an act of pure devotion. Brahma became a cow, Shiva became a calf. Yes, the creator and the destroyer became simple cattle to serve their heartbroken friend. They wandered into the Chola king's kingdom, where the cow gave endless sweet milk. But each day, the cow would walk to Venkatadri, stand over the anthill, and pour all her milk into it. The cowherd was terrified. Day after day, the mystery deepened. Until one day, he followed them secretly. What he witnessed changed everything. Seeing the milk vanish into the anthill, rage overtook him. Believing someone was stealing royal milk, he struck the anthill with his axe. Divine blood flowed. The anthill split open, and Srinivasa emerged, blood streaming from his forehead, the very spot where tilak is applied today. The moment that blood touched the earth, the cosmos trembled. The cowherd collapsed in shock, but Srinivasa revived him immediately. Even in pain, Vishnu's compassion was boundless, yet cosmic law demanded justice. You acted in ignorance, but ignorance does not erase karma, Srinivasa said. You will be reborn as a demon. In the life after that, you will be born as the daughter of King Akasharaja. Through you, harmony will be restored. Soon after, King Akasharaja discovered a golden lotus in his field. Within it lay a divine child, Padmavati, an incarnation of Lakshmi herself. Years passed. Padmavati grew into a woman of rare beauty and wisdom. One day, a wild elephant charged at her. A young hunter appeared and saved her. Their eyes met. It was Srinivasa. The universe remembered, but love required sacrifice. To marry Padmavati, Srinivasa approached Kubera for a loan, 14 lakh gold coins. Kubera agreed, with one condition. The loan would carry interest, payable until the end of Kali Yuga. Think about that. The God who owns everything chose to borrow, to show every struggling devotee. I understand. The wedding was cosmic beyond words. And when Padmavati placed the garland around Srinivasa's neck, memory returned. She was Lakshmi, he was Vishnu. Yet they chose to stay on earth, on the 7 hills of Tirumala, until the end of Kali Yuga. Every coin in the hundi, a payment toward that cosmic loan. Every ladu, an installment. That tilak, a mark of sacrifice. This is why Tirumala is not just a temple. It is proof that your God chose service over comfort. Govinda, Govinda.